Hello everyone, it's battle time once again. This is an OU-PO match, another one. This is a little older match, but yeah, let's just get into it. I lead with Polytoad. He leads with Mew, and looking at his team beforehand, I didn't show you guys the team preview, but if you see everything on his team, most of them, if not all of them, have the potential to baton pass, so I automatically assumed that he has a baton pass team, especially because he also had Gorbis, I think, and Mew and all that stuff. So what I wanted to do here was lead with Polytoad, get some damage on his whatever he decides to lead with, and also Polytoad has Perish Song, so Polytoad is going to be very, very valuable against this team here if I'm going to want to win and not get swept. So I do go for Perish Song on the Mew, which forces him to not baton pass to anything. Then he's going to go into Espeon. I'm going to go into Ferrothorn and go for the Gyro Ball. It does a lot. And then he's actually going to go for a Calm Mind, or he does go for a Calm Mind before I go for Gyro Ball. And I'm just going to go for Gyro Ball again, hoping to kill him, but he does do a pretty good play, I guess, and baton pass to Gliscor. Even though Gliscor cannot abuse those boosts, the point is he's going to want to set up with Gliscor and pass all the boosts that he's going to accumulate to whatever else can come in. So I'm going to send in Dragonite. This is my Choice Specs Rain Abuse Dragonite. And Hurricane's actually going to hit anything on his team. That's why I went for Hurricane instead of Surf, in case he wanted to do this and switch into Vaporeon, which is exactly what he does. And now he has, I think, +1 special attack and +1 special defense. I could be wrong, though. So I'm going to switch into Polytoad here because that's the only thing really that can handle his Vaporeon at this point. And go for the Perish Song because that's really all I can do at this point, because his Vaporeon is going to be extremely bulky. So what he does here is he sets up a sub, but obviously it's going to be rendered useless with my Perish Song. And then he's going to switch into Espeon, not Baton Pass, but switch into Espeon, which is actually pretty smart play, obviously, because he does also get the Wish regeneration, which sucks for me because now his Espeon's almost at full health once again, and I have to deal with it all over again. So I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball once more. He goes for Calm Mind again, same scenario as last time. I do take him down a little bit more this time so that he's at 11% health remaining. And then I'm going to predict his switch, or his Baton Pass, or whatever, and go for the Leech Seed, and I guess that was a decent play on my part because he does actually Baton Pass into Vaporeon, and I'm going to be able to get a Leech Seed on that, which is good for me, because now if he Baton Passes any of these boosts that Vaporeon's going to accumulate, it'll pass the Leech Seed onto the next thing as well, which is really nice, and that'll also really help me in the long run, and in the short run, I guess. So I'm going to go for Perish Song again. You know, he goes into Espeon, same old thing. That's why I'm valuing this Polytoad at this point. And then he sends in Mienshao. I'm going to go for the Scald, figuring that, you know, best thing to go for against Mienshao. Actually, I think I did that on the switch, but anyways, I'm going to switch into Ferrothorn here. He goes for High Jump Kick, and he actually misses. Very, very unfortunate for him. It probably wouldn't have affected the Battle 2 match. I would have been able to survive that High Jump Kick, and I would have killed it with the Gyro Ball. But, you know, just the whole concept of it sucks, because that does, you know, increase the lifespan of my Ferrothorn. So I'm going to get a Leech Seed off on his Scizor. He's going to go for Swords Dance twice, and now he's at +4 attack, I believe, which is just monstrous. And very few things I'm going to have here are going to be able to survive hits, but I do go for Perish Song. I am faster, I guess. Obviously, I would have resisted the Bullet Punch, so I would have been very likely to live it, I guess, because I am max HP and max defense, and I guess he knows that, so he's going to kill me off the Bug Bite. Not before I do get off Perish Song, though, which is great, because that's going to allow me to send in my Tentacruel, go for the Toxic Spikes, so that, you know, anything else that comes in will get poisoned, which is even better for me to counter this Baton Pass team. And then he's going to kill me off with a Bullet Punch, because that will allow him to outspeed me, and he's at +4, so, you know, of course he's going to kill. And now I'm going to send in Latios. I kind of make a dumb play here. I go for Calm Mind, thinking he's going to want to cherish his Scizor, because Scizor will die the next turn to Perish Song, so I thought he'd switch out just to keep his Scizor alive. But that is not the case, as you can see. He's going to go for Bug Bite. I guess he doesn't want to get swept by my Latios and have me turn the tables on him, because I could have swept the rest of his team if I would have got up a few Calm Minds, so that was a pretty smart play on his part. And send in Dragonite. I'm a little behind. Just to kind of switch around. At this point, when he sends in Mew, I'm going to be able to kill it with Hurricane. He sends an Espeon here, sets up a Calm Mind. Doesn't matter, you know, I will be able to kill it with a Hurricane regardless, because he's at such low health, and he's poisoned, so the poison damage will take care of that if my Hurricane doesn't. His Gliscor is weakened as well. Hurricane. And that was his last Pokemon. Well, there you go. Kind of uneventful finish. Sorry I didn't really make it as climactic as it could have been, but I thought that was a pretty good match, because for me personally, I really don't like facing Baton Pass teams, because I guess I'm a little more of a frantic offensive player, and when it comes to facing baton pass teams, I guess I have to think more on my toes, and I usually end up getting swept by them. So I was kind of proud of myself for having, played efficiently enough against this team to beat it. And yeah, I was proud of myself. I had 3 Pokemon left too, so it wasn't even an extremely close match. So yeah, I just wanted to leave you guys a quick match. Thanks for watching. I have a couple backed up. I got a couple Wi-Fi battles over the weekend, and I saved them to my computer. Sorry. So hopefully I'll be uploading those soon as well. And check out my blog. I'll post an article tonight. It'll be a different kind of article, but it'll be an article nevertheless. And I'll try to post a Pokemon analysis maybe tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, and peace.